Comedian Sarah Silverman is known for her razor-sharp wit, boundary-pushing humor, and emotional transparency. But in a recent interview, the I Love You, America star delivered a bombshell that even longtime fans weren't prepared for, one that goes beyond stand-up stages and late-night talk shows. In a raw and unfiltered moment, Silverman peeled back the layers of her family history to reveal the haunting truth about her older brother Jeffrey's death, and what she learned decades later left her stunned. Silverman, now 54, sat down with Rolling Stone to discuss her life, career, and latest work. But partway through the conversation, she dropped what she described herself as a big bomb, a chilling revelation about a family tragedy that predates her own birth. The story she'd always been told was already tragic. Jeffrey, her older brother, died when he was just 3 months old. Sarah wasn't even born yet. The accepted version of events within the family was that baby Jeffrey died in a freak accident. He was being cared for by their grandparents, Donald Silverman's parents, while Sarah's parents were away on a short vacation. Something went wrong with the crib, they said. Somehow, Jeffrey's body slid into a dangerous position, and he suffocated in his sleep. But there were inconsistencies that lingered like shadows in Sarah's memory. "It always felt strange to me," she told Rolling Stone. "Why wasn't there a lawsuit? No one went after the crib company. It was just accepted." That sense of unease haunted her. And then, in 2022, everything changed. Silverman was performing in Bedwetter, her deeply personal stage production based on her childhood and memoir of the same name. The show dives into everything from her battle with depression to her family's quirks. No topic is off limits, including Jeffrey's death. After one of the final performances in Manhattan, her father Donald came backstage. That's when the conversation took a shocking turn. "He came back after the show and he said something that I'll never forget," Sarah recalled. "He said, 'I always felt like he was crying, and my dad, your grandfather, shook him. He shook him in a rage and killed him.'" The room, Silverman said, went completely silent. Her manager audibly gasped. The air turned heavy, as if the walls themselves were processing what had just been said. But for Sarah, there was a strange clarity in the moment. As soon as he said it, it was like, "Of course, that's what happened." It made everything else make sense. Why there was no lawsuit, why it was brushed aside, why the family just never talked about it. According to Silverman, her grandmother, Rose, was fiercely loyal to her husband, Max, the man now believed to have killed her infant son in a fit of rage. "She stood by him no matter what," Sarah explained. "She watched him beat the out of her own son, and she stayed." Silverman's voice trembled as she told the story, not just with grief, but with a kind of resignation, the weariness of someone who has spent their life swimming through the wreckage of generational trauma. "I couldn't even ask my mom about it," she said softly. "She died years ago." Her mother, Beth Ann Silverman, passed away in 2015. Donald Silverman, who carried the weight of this truth for decades, died in 2023. And while her parents are now gone, their legacy and their pain live on in Sarah's work. This isn't the first time Donald Silverman had surprised his daughter with deeply personal admissions. "That was just who he was," she said. "We were playing poker once, and he casually mentioned that a priest at his school had fondled him. Just dropped it in the middle of the game. And I was like, 'Dad?'" That brand of candid, unsparing honesty seems to be part of the Silverman family DNA, alongside a deep undercurrent of pain, secrets, and survival. Sarah's upcoming Netflix special post-mortem is, in many ways, a response to all of this. The deaths of her parents, the ghosts of her childhood, and the emotional excavation that comes with loss. The special explores mortality with the same biting humor and emotional nuance that's defined her career, but this time, there's something heavier beneath the jokes. Her sister Laura, an actress who once played her on-screen sibling in the Sarah Silverman program, remains one of Sarah's closest allies. Their other sister Susan has also played a major role in helping Sarah piece together their complicated family history. For Sarah, the story of Jeffrey isn't just a tragic chapter, it's the opening page in a book of trauma that shaped everything that followed. I never knew him, she said, but his death was always with us. It colored everything. And now, with this latest revelation, Sarah is beginning to understand why. The story Donald told that night after bedwetter wasn't just a confession, it was a reckoning. A family secret buried for over half a century finally exhumed under the harsh spotlight of a stage show.